And here's your case, winds it up, scores! Oh my!
Here's a chance for Bradley, scores!
Ryan Spence weaving his way in, here's Spence, scores!
And we welcome you to the Owen Center here in Peoria, Illinois, as we get ready for some ACHA Division II hockey. Tonight, the Bradley Braves will try and bounce back in game number 2 against the Aurora Spartans after a 5-2 loss last night. Alongside Meagan Ruger-Smith, I'm Matt Harrington. Meagan, again, a 5-2 loss last night for the Braves. Aurora, what a game they had, especially in that third period, where they scored 4 unanswered goals and overall looked to be the better team overall most of the night.
Absolutely, yeah. Both teams started out pretty close, but Aurora's offense just heated up and Bradley was not able to keep up.
Aurora as well had a great performance from freshman goalie Skylar Cord, who probably made about 4 saves that could have easily gone in as goals. And meanwhile, looking at Bradley, they have now lost 3 games in a row for the first time, so a little bit of a situation that we haven't seen before from Bradley.
So this is not something Bradley has experienced before, but this is a pretty strong team, so you're hoping that they can keep their offense sharp and win this game.
And then also Cam Etchison having a good night as well, scoring his team-leading 12th goal of the season last night. That snapped a 2-game goalless streak for him. And now, Meagan, let's take a look at the keys to the game for both of these teams. What do you have for us?
All right, so for Aurora, they saw a lot of penalties assessed to them last night, and even though they were able to manage a win, having all of those penalties definitely made it a little harder on them, so they're hoping to keep out of the box and keep their offense strong. Having aggressive tempo right off the bat is huge for them because they scored a lot of their goals, 2 of their goals, in the first 15 seconds of the period, and for them tonight, that would be huge if they were to do that again. Now for Bradley, strong defense is huge. This Aurora offense is unrelenting, and Bradley's defense needs to stay strong and make sure that they are keeping those shots out of the net. More offensive possession would be huge for Bradley, putting pressure on that goalie of Aurora and just trying to get those shots on goal and get 1 or 2 in.
All right, appreciate that. And we're still, the Zamboni is still out on the ice, came on a little bit later than expected, so we are going to have a little bit later start than we anticipated. But in the meantime, we will leave you with the Zamboni on the ice, and we'll have the starting lineups, national anthem, and then we will come back for the start of game number 2 between Aurora and Bradley here on the Bradley Hockey Network. Again, alongside Meagan Ruger-Smith, I'm Matt Harrington. We'll be back for the start of this one.
and your Bradley Braves. Let's meet the starting lineups. First for the Spartans. In goal, number 32, Joe Ackley. At defense, number 6, Ben Rivera. At defense, number 7, Max Lieberman. At forward, number 5, Matt Fudala. At forward, number 20, Jack Camello. And finally, at forward, number 10, Joe Costello. And now, let's meet the starting lineups for your Bradley Braves. In goal, number 41, Devin Schneider. At defense, number 24, Sam Bryant. At defense, number 25, Zach Melba. At forward, number 76, Andrew Spence. At forward, number 82, Trevor Cooney. And finally, at forward, number 19, Cam Etchison. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your caps for the playing of the national anthem.
Welcome back to the Owens Center in Peoria, Illinois. Just about ready for puck drop between the Aurora Spartans and Bradley Braves D2 teams. Let's take this time now to look at the starting goaltenders for today's contest. First for the visiting Aurora Spartans, after a great performance from Skylar Cord in net yesterday, they're going to change things up, Megan, and go with Joe Ackley this afternoon. So we'll see what we get. I was a little surprised they didn't go back to Cord after the great game that he had last night.
Cord played a stellar game last night, and it's really surprising that Aurora didn't end up going back to him because of how well his performance was. And Joe Ackley is a strong starter, and Bradley's hoping that they can get past his defense.
It will be Devin Schneider in goal today for the Bradley Braves. After Cole Walter was the starter last night, that's typically how it is. Each one gets a start each weekend, and they will stick to that plan here today. So Aurora again looking to complete the weekend sweep after a 5-2 win last night. A couple of empty netters for them in that game. Bryant will play it here for the Braves as they try and move it up out of the zone. This one handled now by the Spartans at neutral ice. It'll go back for Sam Bryant, who hauls it in for Bradley. Tries to move it up the boards. Big hit thrown by Andrew Spence, getting physical to start things out. Cam Etchison on it for Bradley. This will send this one off the glass and airmail it into the Aurora zone. Spartans drop it back here on the breakout. Nice pass up ahead. Here's Fudala. He had a goal last night in the win for Aurora. Now Bradley finally gets a hold of it as they move it out of the zone. David Tuttle, a 6'4" forward with it. Tuttle, quick shot. That bounces off a body. Now Tuttle back to the point. Mishandled by Lucchese, but he keeps it in as he sends it over for Schmidt. That one's going to go into the netting. and out of play for our first stoppage of the game with 18:44 to go in period number 1.
Neither teams are holding back. Both came out of the gate really playing fast and playing hard. I think this is going to be a pretty close game.
Yeah, we definitely saw the speed pick up last night throughout the course of the game. It was a little bit of a slow period for both teams, but definitely in the second is when things started to pick up a little bit. Tuttle trying to get the loose change for Bradley. Bank back for Andrew Schmidt, who is the only player on the D2 team that does not have a point yet so far. He's gotten close a couple of times, but still looking to get point number 1 of the young season. Flood had it tied up in the wickets, and now Aurora comes charging into the zone. Come the Spartans, that one goes off a skate. Push down low again, Lucchese getting knotted up as he stumbles to the ice. Loose puck picked up by the Spartans, a chance out front steered to the corner by the Braves. Now Tommy Shack finds his teammate fresh on the ice. That is Zach Pierce wearing 97 for Bradley. Shack in there as well for the Braves. Davis behind the net, working here. He muscles it back to the point and gets the pass off. Long shot deflects. Shack in front of that. Couple Bradley players in there trying to pull the trigger. Now handled by Coat. Across for Davis. Absorbs the contact, sticks with it. Back to the line. Crandall shoots. Pad save as it goes into the corner for Pierce. In front, Shack the turnaround try. And I believe that went off in Aurora. Stick in front of the net and out of play.
That was a really nice shot there by the Braves. That is exactly what the Braves offense is looking for right now. This constant possession, this constant pressure being put on Aurora. The Braves are looking for an early goal right now that'll let them take the lead early and stop Aurora's heated offense.
Yeah, Aurora hasn't had many chances so far. We're just a couple minutes in, but still, it's been good possession and pace to this one by the D2 Braves. Atchison picks it up along the wall, trying to go there for Seth Bishop. That's hauled in by Sam Weiss. Another player had a really good game for the Spartans last night, as Weiss gets ridden hard into the boards there. Trevor Cooney picks up the puck for the Braves, tries to move it off. Atchison, his attempt is stuffed as it goes back for Schneider, who lets it roll for Crandall. Up the boards, Crandall trying to get it there. 15 on 15 as Sam Weiss gets it, and now Crandall up ahead. Braves will get a change and a dump in here as this one's going to go off the stick of Joe Ackley and into the netting out of play. 16:39 to go in period 1.
Last night we saw a lot of Aurora's players had points. It wasn't just 1 or 2 star players. All of their players were contributing, and that is what has helped them really win last night's game.
Nobody on Aurora had scored more than 1 goal, so that certainly speaks to the volume of depth that they have on this team. Pierce now along the boards, gets it back to the point. Bryant loads it up. Good sliding block there from the Spartans. That was Justin LaBouffe. Down low again. Bryant out front. Pierce denied in close range. Joe Ackley lost his stick, and I believe the net might have come off its moorings there a little bit, or Ackley's got it rather. So another stoppage, but Bradley's certainly putting the pressure on here in the early going.
Absolutely. Bradley is making some really nice shots, and hopefully they can take an early lead once again and maintain it this time with this aggressive offense.
3-0 the shots on goal in favor of the Braves. Flood can't win the draw as it's quickly forced out of the zone. Here's Fudala, big hit along the wall. That's Zach Melbon, the freshman, stepping up for the Braves. Out goes towards the slot, off a stick, and pushed out nicely by Nick Sorrentino, who just stays on side. Sorrentino trying to get the upper hand as he works against Costello. Those two converge along the boards. Tuttle in there as well, able to dig it out. Back to the point. Long shot from Lucchese is gloved easily by Ackley.
That was a nice catch by Ackley, stopping the play, allowing Aurora to reset, and hopefully for them, try and push Bradley out of their zone. Bradley's been spending a lot of time in the Aurora zone this period.
They sure have. And as a result, they lead that shots on goal category 4-0 though, as we remain scoreless. Just about 4 minutes in to this second game of the weekend for the D2 team. Reminder that we'll have the D3 games coming up, and D3 will take on Marion right after this one. We'll have it live streamed here. Back to the point. Fudala in the slot. Tough save for Schneider to make, but he gets it. Now up the boards, and a good keep by Ben Grabarek. Flood has his pocket picked, shoved to the corner. Costello takes a hit along the wall, able to send it around to the other side. Sorrentino lays the body, moved up for Flood, and out of the zone. Now David Tuttle picking it up for the Braves. He'll send it off the official and get a change. Bradley desperately needing to get a change there. Now here come the Spartans through center ice. And Lieberman with some speed. Here's a shot, stick safe. Schneider, rebound, loose in the slot, is cleared by Bradley. Pierce hustling after it, but this is going to be an icing against the Braves as he could not beat that one out.
That was a nice save there by Schneider, and Bradley's defense hasn't had a lot of work to do this period, but Aurora came in with that speed. Aurora's speed is really impressive. They are playing really fast, and it looks like so far Bradley is matching that speed that they have, and it's pretty close so far.
Definitely the best chance of the game for the Spartans on that last rush. Kohut up the wall, and we'll go back here again for Corey Kohut. Now Crandall, he had a really good game last night for Bradley despite the 5-2 loss. Davis, and now Crandall will gather it at neutral ice as it popped out of the zone. Kohut flips it off the glass. Ackley will come out and play it for the Spartans. Up the wall, Kohut can't keep, but it is kept by Sam Bryant. Here's Davis looking for a lane. Nice stick handling moves behind the net. Davis bumps it back, and Kohut fell. Still kept it in. Great play by Kohut to get back on his feet. Now Zach Pierce throws it off the back of the net, and instead handled by Eric Norman, the defenseman, as he just missed the pass. This is going to be no icing as Bryant has to bank it off the boards. Now a tie-up in the Bradley end as they finally get it free. Long stretch pass goes all the way down the ice, and Pierce will get to it first. Pierce sends it off the near side boards and collected by the Spartans as they move out. Etchison using the twig nicely there to get a piece of it. Lost it in the skates though, and moved out by Tyler Hines. Trevor Cooney on it now. Knocked off his stick and down low into the corner. That goes off the side of the net and back around the near side for Aurora. Etchison in there for the Braves. Spartans push it out. Schmidt connects with Etchison along the near side boards. Cooney in there as well. Arroyo will take it here for Aurora as he gets his return feed back. Now Arroyo off a couple of sticks. Lucas stepping up to gather it in for Bradley. He'll flip it ahead for Trevor Cooney. Dances his way into the zone. Cooney on the backhand. Tough save to make for Ackley, but did it anyways. Bishop outnumbered, so he has to get back defensively here for the Braves. Now back out the other way. Here come the Spartans. Toe drag move into the slot by Lindgren is shut down. Cooney whacks it to the point, but not out of the zone. Now Cooney able to force it out. Great play by Bishop to get it down the ice as Bradley will change 4 of their 5 players on the ice. Now up ahead and into the Aurora offensive zone. Schmidt and Crandall, the defensive pair out there right now for Bradley. Right on the tape of Pierce. Breakaway for Pierce, and scores! What a goal by Zach Pierce, and Bradley strikes first. It's 1-0.
That was a stellar shot there by Pierce. He saw that opportunity and he took it, giving Bradley this early lead, 1-0, with 11:56 remaining in the first.
97-15.
So what a pass from Josh Crandall all the way from his own end of the ice. And he gets the only assist on that goal. And you mentioned it, that is exactly what Bradley needed. They do score first for the second night in a row here at the Owens Center. So that makes it 1-0. Good patience as well by Zach Pierce to put it on the forehand and get the goal. So this one will be an icing against the Braves and back down to their end. For Zach Pierce, that is goal number 4 on the season for him.
Scoring for the Braves, number 97, Zach Pierce, assisted by
Face-off back down in the Bradley end here. First period has been the period that Bradley has struggled the most this year. And entering last night, they have scored 14 goals entering today, actually, and given up 14 as well. So that is the only period that they do not have a positive goal differential. Up the boards now, Corey Kohut with it for Bradley. Finds his man, but a bad turnover there as Spence handed it right into the hands of Weiss. And now Pierce out of the zone just got that goal to make it 1-0. Spence will swing it in deep. And given free here by the Braves. Melbon flood in there to assist. Slow down that Aurora rush. And perfectly, or almost perfectly, to Taikaki, but just hopped over his stick. Melbon swings it up the boards, but not out. LeBouf in there, trying to keep it for Aurora. Forced out of the zone by the Spartans, and it will go back here for Melbon. 10:40 to go in period one. Zach Pierce, the difference maker right now, with the lone goal of the game for the Bradley Braves. Now behind the net, Sam Bryant, shadowed by an Aurora player. That was Sam Weiss doing the shadowing, and now ahead for Tuttle. David Tuttle in front looking for a tip. That goes wide. Flood, the follow-up chance, goes wide as well. Sorrentino hustling back for Bradley. Aurora player taken down. Will keep playing on. Sorrentino 1-on-4. Shoots it. Glove save by Ackley.
That was a nice shot and an equally nice save. But one of Bradley's keys to the game was this offensive possession, and right now it is working very well for them. They're currently 7-1 against Aurora with shots on goal, and this is exactly what we were looking from this Bradley team.
Off the draw, quick shot by Shack. That was soaring over the net. Good idea by him, though, as Davis finds it on his stick. Davis up top now. Lucchese loads it up, blocked by Costello, and Braves keep the zone. Davis finding it again behind the net here for Bradley. Takes a big hit right near our ice mic there in the corner. And Shack's going to get an interference call coming up here, or roughing it looks like. Got a little bit too aggressive trying to make a defensive hit there for Bradley.
Yeah, last night we saw a lot of roughing calls, and both teams have been playing really hard, so they're not slowing down tonight. And yeah, it looks like we're going to see a penalty.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Shack's not going to the bench here, or the penalty box, because he was the one that had the penalty against him.
Right.
Or maybe there is no penalty. It's not on the board right now. Bradley's got 5. Maybe it's against Aurora. That's what it is. Okay.
Penalty.
I did not see that at first because Shack was the one that got upset with the official and motioned his arms. So I didn't get the number on the penalty for Aurora, but it is a power play for Bradley. Chance in front, steered away by Ackley. Pad save again as they chop away in front. That puck's still loose and swept to the corner. Power play chance here for Bradley. Pierce back to Bryant, loads it up. Glove save by Ackley. We'll work on getting a number here for you on the Aurora penalty. A little hard to see from all the way up here, but Bradley did score a power play goal last night in the loss to Aurora, which snapped a little bit of a slump for them. That top unit still out there right now. Davis can't win the faceoff. This one goes out of the Aurora zone as Shack banks it here for Davis. Davis trying to go for Etchison. That goes into the penalty box and out of play. So that's Isaac Arroyo, number 21, in the penalty box for the Aurora Spartans. And again, it's a roughing minor for him. Bradley wins the faceoff at neutral ice. Shack ahead for Davis. Here's Davis, deflected off a stick. And that was Max Lieberman, number 7. And cleared out by Aurora. Good clear by them as Schneider comes all the way out to play it. 1:10 to go in the Bradley power play. Their first opportunity of the game. They did score a power play goal on their first goal last night. Bishop has it hop off the stick. Shack trying to glove it down. Now Bishop in there as well. He'll find it on his stick. Connecting with Shack. Shoots, deflects over the top. Etchison might have gotten a piece of it there for Bradley. And now flung back around for Davis. Aurora clears it, but intercepted right off the bench. Here's Cooney into the zone. Running out of real estate there as he comes back for Zach Pierce. 28 seconds to go on the Bradley power play. Kohut finds it on his stick. Here is Kohut. Avoids the bulk of that collision. Sends it off the boards, down low. Braves trying to get set up. Back to the right point. Davis looks for a lane. Davis! Glove save by Joe Ackley. That was a tough one to make, and he saw it through all the bodies in front.
This Bradley offense is not only making well-connected plays, they're also making very intelligent plays. You can see that they're very well thought out by their players, and they're really keeping an eye on the opposing offense and defense.
10 seconds to go on the Bradley power play. Spence tied up off the draw. Braves win it. Bryant shoots. Ackley the save. Rebound Spence, and it just trickles wide. That was Ryan Spence right there for Bradley. Now cross, trying to go for Kohut. Aurora back at even strength. As the Spartans able to kill off a very good-looking power play there for the Bradley Braves. Now big hit thrown by Sam Bryant. Cross it goes for Pierce into the zone. Spence works to get it free and finds his man at the point. Lucchese over for Schmidt. Schmidt looking for a deflection in front and back to Schmidt. One-timer from the point is seized out of midair by the glove of Joe Ackley. He's been busy with the gloves so far today.
Joe Ackley has been really busy this period. This Bradley offense is just unrelentless on Aurora, and Aurora has to be feeling this pressure by now. They're currently 13 shots on goal to 1. Bradley in favor right now.
It has been a dominant performance right now by Bradley. Flood off the face-off circle, and this one's going to go down the ice. Great hustle there by Aurora. Tyler Hines gets ridden in hard by Lucchese. Lucchese had a couple of big hits last night as well, and picking up right where he left off. Sorrentino, and now Flood, big hit. Into the corner it goes. Aurora works it free. In front, Schneider, and they score! Aurora able to sneak one past Devin Schneider, and we have a tie hockey game with 6:39 to go in the first.
Last night, it was really close between the two teams, and it appears that even though Bradley has had a dominant start to the offense possession, Aurora came back
16-19-24.
So on just their
16-19-24.
Just their second shot of the game, it's Anders Lindgren who finds the back of the net, and the assists on that going to Tyler Hines, and didn't quite catch the number on that second one, but again, a big goal for Aurora to give them a little bit of life as they've been outplayed for this entire first period, and a big goal there. So Spartans 1, Braves 1 as we come to the later stages of the first. Kohut stays on side, trying to get some support from Cooney. Etchison waiting his turn, finds it in the slot. Etchison can't pull the trigger as it's moved out by the Spartans. Pamillo stood up at the line. Braves come across. Cooney on it on the stick. Now Melbon and Crandall. That's Alex Lieberman, number 24, picking up the second assist on that goal. Quick shot on goal. Ackley the save, rebound. Got taken out by his own player there. And a diving effort. Probably the right play, though, for Aurora.
That was a really smart move by Aurora there. Bradley's offense, you've seen them make shot after shot consecutively, and they know by now that they really have to stop that if they want to keep this game tied.
Joe Costello, the player diving there. Shack, a big windup from Davis, goes off a Aurora body. Bryant swivels it down low. Now Davis musters it behind the net. Shack being hounded there. Finds it on the stick. Goes down low, off the pad of Ackley, up to Melbon and across. Bryant, glove save again from Ackley.
Despite Aurora's kind of surprise goal, Bradley's offense is really doing their most not to let it affect them. You're seeing that they're still making these really smart, well thought out plays, and it worked well the first time, and if they keep trying it, I think good things might go for Bradley.
Well, I think either way you look at it, Aurora's got a solid goaltender, whether it be Skylar Court or Joe Ackley, both of them very good. What a hit there by Melbon. Aurora still with possession though, behind the net. Goes up toward the boards. Zach Pierce trying to get it. And now LeBouf sends it in deep. Bryant batted down out of midair on the high stick. It was played by Davis, so no whistle. We'll keep playing it. Melbon will reset things here for Bradley. Bad turnover in front, and it just goes wide. My goodness. A grade A chance for Zach Taikaki after a miserable turnover behind the net.
That was a really close call for Bradley, and as you mentioned, Aurora's goaltenders are just showing a stellar performance these past two games. They're facing a lot of pressure, especially in today's game, and yet they're still performing very well.
Well, Bradley got lucky there to say the least as they try and move it out here into neutral ice. Flood off the stick, and now kept by Weiss as he takes it, battling with Lucchese. Puck pops free, diving effort to get it back to the point. A drive deflects wide of Schneider. Lucchese swings it around the boards and up to the line where it's sealed off by Aurora for a moment before they have to come back to neutral territory. That one deflects off of Weiss's skate and in behind for Schmidt. Andrew Schmidt has it batted down out of midair. Weiss working with a couple of Braves. Tuttle and Flood there for Bradley. Lucchese tied up, and now down low it goes. Tuttle rushing his way to the corner. Pressured a bit, but able to force it down. This will be an icing against the Bradley Braves. So back down to their end with 3:38 to go in the first period of play. A 1-1 game, but so far a pretty good period for Bradley other than that one Aurora goal.
Bradley started this game strong. Right now it's 13-5 shots on goal in favor of Bradley, and after that deflection by Schneider, things seem to be kind of slowing down for both teams with these stoppages.
Off the face-off, a tie-up here. Schmidt had his pocket picked, and now Tuttle has to go toward the boards to try and pick it up. Aurora working as they have all weekend in the offensive zone. That one trickles wide of Schneider, and now back to the point. Off a stick, Brendan Bertar out there for 22. Big, powerful hit thrown. Now Tuttle bumps it out of the zone. He'll come off. Bradley able to get a change now, as you can't change, of course, on an icing, so they're able to get that down, and this will be an icing here against Aurora. Oh, that looked close. I thought they might have beaten it out on the icing call, but instead it will go back to Aurora defensive territory here. Just over 3 to play, 3:02 in the first.
Right now, this is not really what Aurora wants to see right now with how hot Bradley's offense has been. They really don't want to keep feeling this pressure for the rest of the period.
Face-off won by the Spartans in their defensive end. This is Norton behind the net. Here's a shot from Crandall that deflects wide. And now bumped up out of the zone. Kohut makes a play, trying to get it deep, but Aurora quickly reverses the other way. Here's Alex Lieberman, and that is, I believe, offside here against the Spartans. So we'll blow it dead again. 2:40 to go in the first.
It's a nice play there by Kohut, grabbing that, making sure that it stayed in his hands and not slipping over to Aurora's possession.
And Kohut's had a great year for the Bradley Braves. 16 points, which is second on the team entering Friday's contest. Now a long pass again. This is not going to have enough juice on it for an icing. Now Max Lieberman over for Grabarek. Goes back behind Eckley. Braves continuing to put the pressure on as Etchison sends it over for Cooney. Now Bishop to the line. It will escape the reach of Bryant, who swings it over for Melbon. Now Zach Melbon sending it deep. Ackley cuts it off. Up the wall. Aurora tries to break out a turnover. Etchison denied. In front, Cooney. The rebound, it's loose. And Ackley just has to lay on that puck to make the save.
Yeah, Ackley made the right call there, just kind of sitting on that, because Bradley's offense has proven to be unrelentless in making these shots. And he knows that if he slips up for even 1 second, Bradley's going to shoot it in.
Bradley not going away after giving up that Aurora goal. Quick shot off the face-off. Goes off some sticks. Up the boards. Spence shoots. Sticked away by Ackley high off the glass. Spence corrals it in the corner. Works it back for Melbon. Good skate work there by him at the line. Spence working back for Melbon and slid across again. Thrown off an Aurora body by Bryant as he finds Spence. Cycles it back for Pierce and Spence. Good puck work here by the Braves in the offensive zone. Down low. Pierce shoots on the backhand. All sorts of bodies. Whacking away. Pad save Ackley. What a play at the back door to keep that one from going in. Down low it goes again. Pierce trying to find his man. Intercepted by Aurora. And here they come. 2-on-2. Into the zone. Across it goes. A backhanded attempt from Costello doesn't work. 1:07 to go in the period as Pierce is pressed up along the boards. Now Spence gets a stick on it, able to chop it deep with 1 minute to go in the period.
1 minute remaining.
Flood on the forecheck there, can't find a teammate. Now across the ice it goes. Perfect pass for Weiss. Weiss, top of the circle, shoots, goes wide of Devin Schneider. Lieberman going down low again here. Aurora trying to get one last push in before the end of this first period, in which they've been outplayed, but have still managed to get this game at one, as it will deflect into the Bradley bench.
Right now, Ackley is the star of this Aurora team. I mean, Bradley's defense has been pushing, offense has been pushing on Aurora, and Sam Ackley has been making these stellar saves, keeping Aurora in this game tied 1-1.
Off the draw, Lucas picked off at the line, and yeah, that is offside against Aurora, so we'll do it again. Yeah, Ackley, though, you mentioned it, story of the first period. And that's got to be a good sign if you're head coach Ryan Buchanan of the Aurora Spartans, that you can really throw either of your goalies out there and still be confident that you're going to be in the game no matter how much you're outplayed. Crandall back to get it for the Braves. It goes up the wall for Shack. They'll send it across in front of Schneider. Good stick work by Coat, who's playing defense today for Bradley. Coat gets it off the glove, banked up out of the boards, as it will come into neutral ice. Chopped at again by Arroyo, and now into the Braves zone, and that is how the first period is going to end here, as we have a 1-1 hockey game between the Bradley Braves and the Aurora Spartans. But again, Ackley terrific. Braves getting pucks toward the net, just can't seem to get anything through.
No, these two teams are neck and neck, and Bradley's offense has been really pushing, but they only got the one in early, and now it's tied 1-1.
All right, we'll go down to Courtney White, who is ringside. Courtney?
Bradley's done a great job this period. Their offense has been a highlight. They've had great offensive possessions. They're taking a lot of shots. What they need to limit is the quick defensive, or the quick transitions by the Spartans. That's where they're getting most of their shots, and that's where they got one of their goals. So Bradley just needs to bring the strong defense, try to limit that, keep taking shots, have some more good offensive possession, and I think they can win this one. Back up to you guys.
All right, thank you, Courtney. Appreciate that. And one thing that I like that she mentioned was the transition. We're starting to see the speed from Aurora in this game, just like we saw last night as well.
Absolutely. That's when they got their shot in. It seemed kind of like a surprise goal because they came in so fast and scored.
So 1-1 between Aurora and Bradley here at the Owen Center after the first period of play, alongside Courtney White at ice level and Meagan Ruger-Smith up here in the booth. I'm Matt Harrington. We'll have period number 2 between the Spartans and Braves coming up for you in about 15 minutes. Stay with us. Welcome back to Peoria. After one period of play, it's the Aurora Spartans 1 and the Bradley Braves 1 here at the D2 level. Back alongside Meagan Ruger-Smith, I'm Matt Harrington. Meagan, a good period for the Braves despite the fact that they're tied 1-1. Just a tough bounce in front of the net for Devin Schneider, and that's where we are. A dominant period, though, overall for Bradley.
It absolutely was a dominant period for Bradley there. They played really well offensively, and they had a significant amount of possession in that period. And Aurora did have that one surprise goal, but despite that, Bradley's looking really well. They're playing really cleanly tonight, and they're looking to keep up that momentum as we go into this next period shortly.
So look at some of the Braves up close. And looking at Aurora, a win here tonight would make it their 4th win in a row. They swept UW Oshkosh last weekend at home. Again, like we mentioned last night, this is really the first official road trip for the Spartans. They did play at Lewis University in Romeoville, Illinois, but of course that's not too far from Aurora, so not really a true road weekend for them, as they had a home-and-home with the Flyers, in which they won both games 8-3 and 5-4. So tough to come back here, but they've been keeping up and giving themselves a chance to win the game.
Both teams have been pacing very well against each other. These past, today's game and yesterday's game, both teams looked really sharp, and we're both doing really well.
So we'll see what we get in period 2. Teams will switch sides. So Bradley now will move from right to left, Aurora from left to right. So here we go, period number 2 underway between Bradley and Aurora, as the Spartans will take possession here and send it into the offensive zone. Bishop working away, and you start to see the speed already for both of these teams. And Bishop will flip it up out through neutral ice. Aurora, the only goal coming from them, from Anders Lindgren. That was the answer to the original goal by Zach Pierce. Now across in front. What a pad save by Ackley, denying Trevor Cooney in close. Now Etchison will send it off the wall and get it deep here for the Spartans. Trying to move it out of the zone. Rolling in front of Bishop. Bishop on the backhand, denied again by Ackley, who slams the door shut.
Ackley's keeping up this stellar performance that he had last period, especially with Bradley working really hard to shut down Aurora. We've noticed that Aurora's strength is in the first part of the period. They score really quick in the period, and if Bradley can stop that, they'll be in really good shape.
They scored 11 seconds into the second period last night, and they scored less than 2 minutes into the third, so certainly. Now here's a chance the other way, flying ahead into the zone. Here's Hides, pad stack save by Devin Schneider. Rebound is still loose, but what a save by Schneider, going old school there to make the stop. Oh my goodness, maybe the save of the season so far for Devin Schneider. Wow. Now Pierce trying to go in front for Brian as the Braves reverse course the other way. Luke Case trying to go over for Spence as it goes for Pierce in front. It rolls over the top of the net. Now back to the point for Luke Case. Shoots, deflects off a body in front. And now over for Pierce, who gets taken down. No call as we'll keep playing on. Alex Lieberman trying to go up ahead. Again a chance. This one off the post. Oh my word. Tyler Hines with 2 grade A chances. And he gets denied on both of them. My goodness. Holy moly, catch your breath.
Wow, this period has started off with a bang. This really is shaping up to be a battle of the goalies right now. We saw a really nice save from Ackley there, and one stellar save from Schneider that is keeping it tied.
We certainly picked off right where we left off in the first period. Great start to this period. Both teams flying down the ice. Now the Spartans will come out with it. Isaac Arroyo with speed, able to get it into the offensive zone here for the Spartans. Sorrentino finds his man behind the net. That's Josh Crandall. Crandall picking up an assist earlier on the first goal, and for him that's only his 2nd point of the year and his first one since September 23rd against Illinois State. So good to see Crandall get back on the score sheet for the Braves. Now Flood working away with Kohut, able to avoid that potential disruption. And now out for Flood, who sends it in off the boards. Bradley with a full change here, 2.5 minutes into the period. Now up the ice it goes, out of the reach of Weiss, who now picks it up behind the net as he collides with Melbon. Now Davis in there as well, back to the line for Shack, who tries to go for Zach Pierce, and Ackley's going to come out. Pierce with a move. Zach Pierce, what a poke check from Ackley. Another try denied in front as it bounces up to the line and out of the zone. Ackley with a dangerous play, and it almost came back to bite him, but he recovered. Now Davis slowed down a bit, trying to find his man, and Melbon has to scramble back. 2-on-2 for Aurora. Davis picking up the loose puck and now goes for Pierce. Rolls off a stick. Here's Zach Pierce. Across, they score! Sam Bryant on the pass from Zach Pierce. Bradley retakes the lead, it's 2-1.
This period has been full of commotion in front of the net for Aurora. That really risky play by Ackley, and then turning around, Bradley was able to get it in to bring them the lead, 2-1.
24, 97, 27. Is that right? 27 at the second. That's right.
So, what a goal from Sam Bryant on the pass from Zach Pierce. And also picking up a secondary assist there is Tommy Davis. So, after all of that sequence, we finally get a goal. And this time it's for Bradley as they take the lead back. Now Cooney looking for more. Across for Etchison, who handles it on the forehand. Etchison trying to go for Bishop. Shut down in the slot. Good pinch by the Bradley Braves there. In front, Bishop denied by Ackley, close range. Back to the line for Lucchese. Penalty going to be coming up here against Bradley. It's a roughing call, and they're going to go on the penalty kill for the first time this game.
Even though Bradley has the lead, they are not
55 white roughing.
complacent. They are still playing hard, and they are still shooting at that goal with as much pressure as in the first period.
So that penalty is on Andrew Schmidt, and you might have seen on your screen, Schmidt just got a little too aggressive trying to finish his check there in front of the Aurora net. So that's where you get the call. And this very good Aurora power play gets their first chance of the game. They scored 2 times on the power play last night. Penalty kill for Bradley entering this weekend, 81.2%, which is still a bump up from where they were earlier this year. Now the Spartans have it as they go to the top of the left point. Down low as he gets set up. Waiting for it in the slot is Taikaki. That'll roll around behind the cage and moved up out of the zone. And Ackley will come out and leave it here for Lindgren. 1:25 to go on the power play for the Spartans. Here's Lindgren working with Spence. Muscles his way into the zone. That's going to deflect into the netting as we get a stoppage of play on the power play. 1:18 to go on it for Aurora, but Bradley with a 2-1 lead on that most recent goal from Sam Bryant.
Bradley's trying to keep this penalty kill on their own terms and not let Aurora take the flow and build any momentum. Bradley really wants to stop any momentum being built by Aurora.
There's a chance right off the face-off. That puck's loose in front of Schneider. Move to the corner and up to the line. Good keep from Lindgren. Sends it over for Sorrentino, who tries to poke it out but cannot. Down low into the corner. Handled by Norman. Surveys his option, moves it back to the point. Now one-timer, they score! Oh, what a blast on the left wing side for the Spartans. I believe that's Joe Costello for Aurora getting the goal. Actually, that's going to be, I believe, Tyler Hines on the one-timer, but nonetheless, a powerful blast, and that will make it a 2-2 game.
19, 16, 13.
So you hear the scoring there, Megan, but how about the setup from Aurora? They left Hines all alone, and he takes advantage.
They did. He really took advantage of that play, and they didn't give Bradley any time to react, and they went fast on that.
So just like that, we are knotted up at 2 again. Just like we were last night. This is where Aurora took possession of the game. But now Bradley will see if they have an answer for the Spartans. Exactly what happened last night. Bradley went up 1-0, then it was 1-1. The 2-1 Braves and back to 2-2. We'll see if we get a similar result here tonight or if the Braves switch things up. Here's Cooney into the zone. He'll get ridden hard into the boards there by Schneeweiss. Bradley back in full strength now, of course, after another power play goal for the Spartans, the third of the weekend. Crandall's shot is blocked, juggles it, and muscles it down low. Cooney taking the inside track there to avoid the collision. And now up ahead, here comes Aurora. 2-on-2 the other way if they hurry. Good speed, Costello, or that's Pamillo rather for Aurora. Now Crandall and Bishop in there as well. Cooney looking for Etchison there, and Fudala will bump it back here for the Spartans. Perfectly up ahead, Costello shoots, deflected, tough angle, and Schneider makes the glove save to keep that one out of the net.
That was a really important save there by Schneider. Both teams are not letting up right now. They are playing with this high level of intensity. They are playing back and forth and feeding off of each other's energy that they are bringing into this match. It's exactly how it was last night, this push and pull, and Schneider did a really great job keeping it tied for the Braves.
That'll roll to Schneider again, who gets the stoppage. Forgot to change the period, so now it's fixed. So we are in the second period here. 13:44 to go in the second frame. Off the draw, tie up, Melbon trying to control it in front of the Bradley net. And now we'll go back to the line as it's flipped up ahead and into the ceiling and out of play. We get that quite a bit here at the Owen Center, and I'm surprised it took this long into the hockey game for that to happen.
During practice, you could see some of the players were kind of flipping it up there, trying to get it to the puck to land on one of the rafters.
Quick shot off the draw, pillowed away by Schneider. And now Norman up ahead for the Braves as they try and move it out. Norman has it in the skates, now gets tied up, no call, and oh, now we're gonna get a call for interference against the Braves. That was a late call from the official. Nobody had their hands up until a little bit after, but Andrew Spence is going to go here for interference. And another chance for Aurora here on the power play where they've been so good.
It absolutely looked like that play was just going to continue before they called it. But Bradley's really going to have to work hard on this penalty kill because Aurora is still playing really strong, and you do not want to see them take possession right now.
3 power play goals on the weekend for them. And again, just overall, the setup has been so good for the Spartans as they win it back again here. Weiss moves it over. Back to the line. Weiss muscles it over. The shot there from Costello goes wide. Handcuffed along the boards there is Pamillo. And now over for Weiss. Shoots, that goes off the stick of Bishop and out of play. Stopping the clock with 1:38 to go on the penalty kill for the Braves.
The first period went by pretty fast, both teams playing hard and fast, but we've seen a lot of stoppages these past few minutes with a lot of saves from Schneider. And even though we're slowing down pace of game, the two teams are not letting up.
Fudala off the circle, has it slip free into the neutral zone. So the Spartans have to hit the reset button here. Weiss spins away from danger, and across it goes into the Aurora zone. Left back here, a chance in front. Schneider the save, rebound. Oh, Crandall kept it out with his stick. Another try goes wide. That puck was going in, and Josh Crandall just saved the day. Now Pamillo will slide it across. A shot from the point deflects wide as Crandall will try and move it up to the corner but cannot. Now Pamillo walks the line, sends it over. Back in front for Pamillo at the point. That drive goes wide. Bradley desperately needing to get it out here, and they do. Seth Bishop does with 50 to go on the penalty kill. Braves backs against the wall here. That one goes to the far side boards. Coat takes a ride as he's met by the body of Costello. Those two converge along the wall. Coat gets shoved to the ice. This is going to be a penalty against Aurora, I believe, here. And that will kill the remaining time of the power play that they have, 33 seconds of it. And let's see what we got. So I believe that's a roughing call against Aurora, but you could see it looked like almost a punch onto Corey Coat, and you got to call that every time you see it.
Absolutely, yeah, that was an aggressive play there. Both teams are playing hard and playing aggressively. We've seen a lot of chaos in front of the Bradley net these past few minutes, and Crandall had an amazing save there, really.
Boy, if Bradley goes back and comes back and wins this game, that is going to be the play that you look back on and say that was a game changer right there. Incredible play by Crandall in front of his own net. Bryant will go down low. Costello, the one sitting for two on the rough for the Spartans. So we'll play 4-on-4 for 22 seconds. Lucchese trying to keep it with a skate, and it slipped free, so they'll have to regroup. Bryant up ahead for Spence. Gives it away to the Spartans as they'll kill it in their own end. Long stretch pass completed to Lindgren. Here's Lindgren cutting inside. Lindgren, nice move, but better defensive work by Cooney. That would have been his second of the game. Now the Braves accidentally ice it here on their own power play. And so it will go back to Aurora offensive zone territory with 1:19 to go of a power play for the Bradley Braves.
Yeah, the Braves are really looking to get ahead right now. We've seen Aurora's offense, and they're not going to slow down. They're playing very well tonight, and even though Bradley's also been playing well, we saw Aurora catch up last night, and Bradley does not want a repeat of what happened last night.
No, they do not, and we'll see. Next goal could go a long way in deciding who wins this game. Still a lot of time, though. We're not even halfway through the hockey game. That one goes out of play again, but 10:59, so almost halfway through. But nonetheless, it's been a good one so far.
It's been a really close game. These two teams are really feeding off each other. The offense is looking really sharp, and these two goalies are doing so well, making great saves, great plays, keeping their offense in it.
Face-off won by the Braves. And still on the power play here, but stuck in their defensive end as they'll have to break it free. Davis, look at the speed from the sophomore. Davis all the way around the outside as he still has it and motions it back for Lucchese. Slid across. Shack looking for Davis. Those two played together in high school and continuing it here in college. Davis loading it up, saved by Ackley. Right on target on the big AU on his chest.
Ackley's been doing really well tonight. We saw a stellar performance by Cord last night for Aurora, and both of Aurora's goalies are looking really strong, and they have to be a key component to Aurora's wins this year because they're looking so sharp.
Just the one loss on the year for the Spartans entering today. Bryant across. Coat, his shot just missed the mark. Bryant pinching in, stumbles a bit. Spence can't keep it either, so that's going to be cleared down with 30 to go. 30 seconds left on the Bradley power play. Now Coat will take charge here for the Braves. Up ahead for Cooney and across for Spence. Here's Spence, dishes it off at the line. Pearson, that's going to slip free. Coat's got to get back, and a Aurora player took a tumble on what would have been a great chance. That was Schneeweiss. Now Bradley, another chance in front, blocked. Held in at the line by Spence, who has it escape his grip. Now Cooney waiting for Pierce to get onside and does. Pierce moving in and can't pull the trigger. A follow-up try denied by Ackley. Now Lucchese shoots. Glove save by Joe Ackley once again, using the glove to make the stop as he has done so all day long.
Bradley got really lucky there with that tumble from Schneeweiss, as you said, because their speed, Aurora's speed, has been so important to their offense. It is what has been the key in them getting these goals, is just how fast they go.
Braves leading the shots on goal 27-16 here at the Owen Center. This one will get past Lucchese, charging ahead is Weiss. And a delayed offside, so it'll come out to the neutral zone. 9:23 to go here in the second. Goals from Pierce and Bryant for Bradley. And for Aurora, goals belonging to Lindgren and Hines for the Spartans. Bradley's got it here at neutral ice. Flip deep. Spartans pick it up. Big hit thrown from Nick Sorrentino, the senior forward. Perfectly up ahead. Here's Weiss. 1-on-2 odd man rush is denied by Schmidt. And he gets tossed to the ice hard after that collision. Now chance. Schmidt got to get back. Quick shot by Taikaki as he throws Schmidt to the ice again. Those two have been going at each other on this shift. Now Aurora. Here's Davis. Davis moving in, trying to slow it down. Better stick work from the diving effort there of the Spartans. Bryant held up at the line and pushed forward. Things getting chippy here in period 2. Davis trying to find it in the slot. And Weiss able to flip it free. Bradley regroups, connects with Davis. And Shack. Aurora finishing their checks hard here in this afternoon contest. Back up to the line. Bryant finds it. Goes on the wrist shot. That deflects off the stick of Shack and wide. Davis still with it. Finding it in front for Shack and down low. Pierce looking for Davis. Top of the circle shot is blocked. And Melbon again will swing it around for Pierce. Now Davis at the back door. And they score! Tommy Davis. It sneaks past Ackley. And the Braves regain the lead again. It's 3-2.
This is a huge goal by Tommy Davis. Honestly, it looked like it was really anyone's game, and this one goal could be the deciding factor in who wins tonight's contest.
I didn't think that was going to get through, but it did.
White, 27 unassisted.
And an unassisted goal for Tommy Davis. So, how about that? Bradley responds again. And for the third time tonight, they have a 1-goal lead in this hockey game as Davis picks up his 12th goal of the year. Now in a tie for Cam Etchison for the team lead. Aurora trying to get a quick response here as they take it behind the net. Up in the air, juggled a bit by Costello, and back to the line. Here's a shot from Max Lieberman, blocked by Bishop, still keeps it on the ice. And Crandall able to get it, and we're going to have a penalty here, a tripping call, and I didn't quite see who that was against.
White tripping.
And it is going to be against the Braves, I believe. See on the replay if we can find it. It was Lieberman that went down, and Bishop is the one that sits for 2. So another power play chance here for Aurora. Again, they scored 2 last night and 1 so far today.
Aurora did really well last night, coming back and tying it up and then taking the lead against Bradley. Bradley right now is really on guard, making sure that doesn't happen again.
Spence can't win the draw. It rolls dangerously in front of Schneider, but cleared up the wall. Here's Crandall working away. And Bishop on a trip for Bradley. Power play chance for the Spartans. Across it goes, loaded up and sent wide. Bounces all the way off the wall to Schneeweiss. His shot deflects just wide of Schneider. Protecting there is Crandall, and he'll get it down the ice wisely as it rolls to Ackley, and we're going to have a penalty behind the play. I believe Crandall got high-sticked after the clear, and I don't know if we're going to be able to see it on camera. And yeah, he got a little bit of a stick in there, and as a result,
19 Blues got a minor for high stick, and he's got a 10-minute misconduct.
oh wow, okay, so that is on Tyler Hines, who got a high sticking call on Crandall, and then he picked up a 10-minute misconduct as well. So of course, the 2 minutes is the only one that goes on the box, but Hines is one of the goal scorers, and he's going to have to sit now for the rest of this period and a good chunk of the third here as well.
With Bradley already in the lead, this is not what you want to see if you're Aurora, having one of your goal scorers from last night have to sit in the box for so long.
So I'm assuming the unsportsmanlike comes from, he must have said something to the ref that was not okay. So Isaac, no, I take that back. Let's see. Not sure who's going to be serving the minor. Actually, it's Brandon Alicia, number 2 for Aurora, that will serve the 10-minute, or the 2-minute minor. And then he'll come out, but then again, Tyler Hines has to sit for 12 minutes total. Across it goes for Bradley. Now here's Bryant down low in the corner. Sorry, we're working through some issues down in the box. And now Davis picks it up. 4-on-4 for Bradley. 1:05 to go. That deflects off the glass and up the wall. And up ahead it comes. Here comes Aurora. And now picked up again by Lindgren. And the Braves continue to work away here in the defensive end. 4-on-4 for another 38 seconds. Chopped deep by the Spartans as they continue to get some of that time to click off the clock. And now Davis ahead. Here's Tommy Davis with speed. Shoots it. Glove save by Joe Ackley.
Tommy Davis is a really quick player. When he gets the puck, you see him go across the ice really fast, and if you're Aurora, you're really looking to stop those fast plays right now, especially with Hines in the box for 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's a really tough break for the Spartans. Feels like one of those penalties that definitely could have been avoided for Tyler Hines, as he now has to sit for a total of 12 minutes, already of which is gone, or some of which is gone, almost 2 minutes worth. Now the Braves keep it as Etchison able to get it down low, pierce the intended target. And now cleared down the ice again by Aurora, no tip. So we will have no icing. Kohut, Crandall getting the upper hand along the boards. Bradley power play for the next 25 seconds as they work to get it free from this log jam here. And now finally do. Etchison across the blue line, shoots it, and again, snatched out of midair by Ackley with 13 to go on the power play for the Braves.
Those are some really quick reflexes there by Ackley, managing to grab that before it could bounce in or off the post.
Cooney will take the draw here for the Braves and able to win it back. Bump back to the line by Pierce. Bryant stood up, has to get back. Kohut working on Costello. Good play by him to get it deep, but Costello sticks with it. There is Joe Costello. Had it for a moment before it was picked off by Kohut. Now Kohut across. Braves move it near the scorer's area, but sent down low again with 4:35 to go in the second period and a 3-2 lead for the Bradley Braves. Kohut down low, looking for Bryant, who finds Pierce. He's muscled off and moved ahead by Ryan Spence. Spence looking for a lane, trying to go back for Pierce before it's thrown out by Aurora. Now Costello, beautiful toe drag. Costello can't pull the trigger, defended nicely by Schmidt. Another chance for the Spartans, and that sails off the glass. A good bounce though for Aurora as they have to flip it deep. Lucchese working here for Bradley. Fudala in there as well for Aurora. Good little chance there for the Spartans, trying to get this game squared up at 3 apiece. Here is Cooney. Ridden in hard by Fudala. Loose puck picked up at the line by the Spartans. Here they come. LeBouf. They'll bank it past Lucchese and into the corner. LeBouf back to the point for Taikaki. He'll send it across to his defense partner. Pierce goes down. And taken again by the Spartans. Weiss in front, denied by Schneider, as Spence able to chop it up the ice and get it down. I don't think it's going to be an icing. Great hustle by Flood. outnumbered, but still taking some time off the clock here. Up it will go, and Bradley has to get back defensively. 2-on-1. Here's a shot. Good save. Schneider in close on Weiss. Now Braves take possession. Case up ahead for Tuttle. The big 6'4" forward trying to move it into the zone. Bradley has to send it off an Aurora body and played by Lindgren to get around Luke Case. Here's Lindgren. Great play by Sorrentino to get the body on it. Luke Case shadowed by a couple of Spartans as they keep it deep. Weiss in front, off a stick. Now Tuttle will just tap it lightly out of the zone. Period number 2 winding to a close. Here's Shack, dishes it off. Back to Shack in front, and that's cleared away by Lieberman. Shack out front, looking for Davis again. Coat, nice play, but now has to scramble back. Here comes Aurora. Weiss, toe drag move in, denied defensively by Crandall. Now Crandall will play it up ahead for Shack. We'll try and get a little breathing room here for Bradley. A quick snapper in on goal, and we finally get a stoppage here with 1:59, but chances at both ends of the ice.
Both ends are seeing a lot of action, and Bradley's defense did a really nice job shutting down Aurora. We're starting to see a little bit of franticness in Aurora's offense because of how much they want to close this gap before we get into the third period.
Big chance for Bradley off this face-off, but Davis cannot win it. Sent up out of the zone, off the skates of Lieberman. No ice. Schneider will throw it up the wall. Now Kohut plays it ahead for Shack. Gets enough of it to get it to the line, but not quite out. Big hit thrown by Kohut. Now that goes off of Devin Schneider. A turnover out front, and Kohut has to force that thing out of there. Here's the speedy Tommy Davis. He'll pick it up behind the Bradley net. Davis sticking with it here, trying to look for Zach Pierce. That missed the tape. Bradley getting it in front. Shack. Davis off the loose puck. Davis throwing it to the front, and a good save again by Joe Ackley.
Ackley's keeping up his performance, trying to keep Aurora in this game, and Aurora's offense is trying hard to tie it up, but Bradley is just not letting them in.
Yeah, this game very easily could be a 2-3 goal lead for Bradley if it wasn't for the great goaltending from Joe Ackley. Another face-off that he's got to defend as the Braves can't win it. Punched out of the zone. Melbon scrambles there for Bradley to get back. Bishop in there, Etchison as well. Now Cooney into the zone, snaps it in on goal, and scooped up by the glove of Ackley. We've hit 1 minute remaining in the period.
Ackley's seeing a lot of action right now with Bradley's offense just going at it, trying to widen this lead because we've seen Aurora come back once. And once again, this is a fate that Bradley does not want to repeat.
Referees will make sure everybody's squared up. And now Etchison off the draw. That deflects wide. And big hit thrown, a rumbling one as Aurora chop it off the glass. Under a minute to play in the second. Bradley trying to hold on to this 3-2 lead and go into the third with a lead. Handled in the defensive end here by Norman as he plays catch with his defense partner. Worked up ahead. Here comes Famillo. Sends it over for Costello. Takes a big hit from Melbon, but able to muscle it to the other side. Norman, as this one rides the rails behind the net and down low. Across in the slot. That's blocked by Melbon, I believe, in front of the Bradley net. And to the line, a drive from Norman deflects in front. Bishop there, and the net came off its moorings, so the whistle blows with 8.9 seconds to go in the second period.
There was a lot happening right there because Aurora is really trying hard to tie this up before this period ends because they do not want to go into the third period with a deficit.
Face-off won by the Spartans. Back at the point, rolls off the stick of Etchison. One last chance for the Spartans. It rolls around in front, and Bishop will hold it. That's how this second period is going to come to an end as the Bradley Braves have a 3-2 lead over the Aurora Spartans. And finally, the hard work paying off for Bradley as they get the intermission lead for the first time today.
Bradley's offense has been very sharp this entire game, and we've seen it now because it's 3-2. They've been really sharp, doing very well, and they're hoping to keep this momentum in the third period.
All right, we will go down to Courtney White, who is standing ice side. Courtney?
Bradley has played great this second period. They have great offensive possession. They're taking a lot of shots. What I need to see on defense again is limiting those quick possessions. They need to limit the breakaways from Aurora. Just take away those opportunities that they're giving them on offense. That's how they scored. That's how Aurora scored that second goal. They need to limit those, take some more shots, and hopefully they can win this one. Back up to you guys.
All right, thank you, Courtney. Appreciate it. Again, shots on goal through 2 periods of play, 30-19 for Bradley. Aurora's cut into the deficit a little bit, but it feels like Bradley's there. Now they just need to find a way to get some insurance, tack on another goal or two, and they'll be in the driver's seat here going into the third.
Yeah, absolutely. Bradley is hoping to keep up that momentum, keep possession strong, maybe get 1 or 2 more goals to have some insurance. But Aurora really needs to get their offense back, make those quick plays that we saw for those first 2 goals, and hopefully for them they'll be able to score and tie it up.
3-2 lead for Bradley after 2 periods. Goals from Pierce, Bryant, and Davis for the Braves here this afternoon at the Owen Center. Alongside Courtney White and Meagan Ruger-Smith, I'm Matt Harrington. We'll have the third period. Don't want to miss it between Bradley and Aurora coming up in about 15 minutes. Welcome back to the Owens Center in Peoria. Getting ready to go here for the third and final period between the Bradley Braves and the Aurora Spartans in this D2 matchup of what's been a good game. 3-2 lead for Bradley. And Megan, if you're Bradley, what do you have to do here to close the door and get this win?
Bradley needs to make sure that they are not complacent. Just because they have the lead does not mean Aurora will not come back and take the lead. Bradley needs to stay on guard, keep their defense really strong, and for them, if they keep up this heavy offense, then for them, maybe getting 1 or 2 insurance shots would be great for them.
That would be great indeed. We'll see if they can do so as we're underway in this third period. Bradley leading 3-2. They have not led by more than 1 in this game. They have led 1-0, 2-1, and 3-2. Now here's Etchison quickly into the zone. Slowed down a bit. Tell that ice is still slick a little bit from the Zamboni. We'll keep playing on. Fudala into the zone. Nice stick work from him. Met by the stick of Melbon, who will fire it up the wall. Here come the Braves out of the zone. Big hit thrown by Aurora. That's Costello. Will escape the reach of Bryant, and now Schmidt and Fudala will go and converge along the boards. Schmidt trying to get after it here. Oh, look out. He was trying to go with the lacrosse-style Michigan look there, but that was denied, and big break for Bradley as the net also came off as Schneider tries to get it back on here.
That was a lucky break for Bradley there. You really don't want to see Aurora scoring another early goal. Aurora building momentum is the last thing that this Bradley team wants to see right now.
Just about a minute or so into this third period. Reminder that the D3 game is coming up here right after us. A quick shot, and it's held on to by Devin Schneider.
That was a really nice play by Schneider. He's been doing stellar this game, and now his role is really a lot important because he needs to keep this lead that Bradley has.
Off the face-off, Braves pick it up. They'll bank it off the boards and get it out. Here's Spence with it. Charges up ahead into the zone. It's collided hard with along the wall. Now up to the line, Schmidt keeps it in. Braves still on the forecheck. Spence throwing the body. Pierce trying to wiggle it free. Now across to the far side. Pierce extending the stick. This one will come out of the zone, delayed offside for Bradley, but Aurora forces it out. Schmidt again, can't quite move it there, and he'll just accidentally flip this into the netting and out of play.
This Aurora team right now is looking to tie this up before it gets too late in the period. Bradley's defense has made some really stellar plays today, which is the last thing Aurora is looking at right now.
Big chance for them too on this offensive zone face-off, and they win it back. Here's Weiss dancing with it at the high circle. Tough angle shot for Schneider to save, but he does. Down low into the corner, Crandall pokes it free. Big hit thrown, and I believe this is going to be out of play or offside, not sure. But nonetheless, we get a whistle regardless.
Right now, Aurora is looking to build momentum.
So, looks like one of the Aurora players, Zach Taikaki, having a few words with the official. Not sure what that was about. Here's a chance, fired wide. Big chances galore in this period as that one goes way up into the air and out of play. Actually, I don't know if that ever went out of play, but it was all the way up near the ceiling, which we've seen a few times here today.
There have been quite a few shots up there tonight. A lot of shots going out of play.
Face off to the left of Schneider. One back by the Braves. Crandall forced to play it back down behind his own net. Kohut on the outlet pass. Pierce shoves it up ahead for Shack, who's got Davis. Shack trying to move in. Davis in there to assist as well. Pierce. And now Bryant back for Melbon, and the Braves regroup. Davis finds the stick of Zach Pierce, and he'll walk it in. Pierce over for Davis, across, looking for Shack, and that's out of his reach. Bryant able to keep it in the zone, and off the skates of the Aurora Spartans, and back for Melbon. Melbon ahead looking for Shack, and now Davis plays it here for Shack. And Davis and Shack played together at Providence Catholic High School. And here is Pierce working his way in. And back come the Spartans. This will go down low for Schneider, who will leave it here for his defense. Now Davis sends it up the wall. Good kick there by Costello to keep it, and a nice move. Costello across, goes through the crease. Pushed out nicely by Etchison. Now Fudala and Costello working with it there. Costello sends it deep. Melbon after it for the Braves. Melbon takes the body, gives it away. Etchison has it on his stick. Now Etchison trying to move it up the ice as it floats in the air. Etchison delivering a hard hit. Now Schmidt into the zone, across. Here's Bishop. That deflects off a Aurora stick. That was Arroyo. Now down low for Bishop. Here is Seth Bishop. Works it back to the point. Schmidt a drive. That's blocked. And the Spartans again stepping up nicely in front of these shots. Here's Pamillo into the zone. Back behind the net trying to find a teammate. A big windup. That's blocked by Bishop. And now Lucchese finally able to force it to the line. Does not go out of the zone though. Braves have to scramble back defensively. Etchison, this line needs a change. And now Cooney. Here is Cooney 2-on-1. Slides it across. The shot and the save by Ackley, who gets enough of it to go out of play. That was a grade A scoring chance for Bradley right there.
Ackley's been working really hard this game and making sure that Aurora stays in it, especially because Tyler Hines has just been released from his 10-minute penalty.
That's right, he did pick up that misconduct back in the second period. And so Aurora is certainly happy to have him available again in this game. Here's Bradley with it behind the net. Kohut in front, scores! Ryan Spence in the slot on the pass from Kohut. Bradley's got their first multi-goal lead of the night. It's 4-2.
54-6-76.
So Ryan Spence from Kohut and his brother Andrew Spence on that goal. How about Spence getting his position in the slot, Megan?
That was a stellar play by Spence. He looked ready for it, he was prepared, and he just made a really great play that puts Bradley ahead by 2 now.
That's a big one. And that's the first multi-goal lead all weekend that Bradley has had over these Aurora Spartans. So maybe they can breathe a little bit, but certainly this Aurora team is good. We know that they can come back from any deficit. Flood now trying to find it behind the net. And now here comes Aurora. Here they come with speed. Quick shot sails wide of Schneider. And a drive from the point deflects awkwardly in front of the net. And now Norman will send it down low. Here is Alex Lieberman. Sends it up top. Long shot goes wide of Schneider. Billows off the boards and down low as it hops onto the stick of Flood. Forced to send it up the wall but can't clear. Great works in the slot by Lindgren as it's backhanded into the corner. Davis stumbles a bit, can't clear. Off the stick of Sorrentino. Braves stuck in their own end here. Lieberman in front, goes back to the point. A shot there through traffic, trickles wide of the cage. Another try in front. At the back door, good tie up in the slot by Tuttle. Aurora pushing hard here. Big hit thrown. Spartans keep possession. Down low it goes into the corner for Hines, and this one will finally get free as Bradley can get a change. Ackley, though, all the way up ahead for a teammate. Here's Lindgren, and he'll be forced to give it away to Schmidt. Schmidt now up ahead into the zone. Arroyo, Lindemann as they come back the other way. Shack, nice work for Davis as they stay on side. Davis, nice move by Davis. It rolls to the goaltender. Ackley loose in front and cleared by Aurora. This is going to be an icing against the Spartans, but a huge push from Aurora and a similar push from Bradley at the other end.
Bradley responded right to Aurora's push. Bradley has been making these really well-connected, well-thought-out plays that we just saw there, and that close play that we saw. Bradley's been doing very well this game offensively.
Davis will take the face-off here for the Braves and wins it back. Loaded up and sent wide by Tommy Shack. Now Alex Lindemann will take a hold of it, or Lieberman, sorry, for Aurora. Schmidt into the corner. 7 minutes into the third period, and Bradley has extended their lead to make it 4-2. Spartans into the zone. Big hip check again from Lucchese. We saw that from him last night as well. Now Davis takes a shove. Braves move it out. Here is Pierce surveying his options, and he's able to find Davis. Here's Davis with a pad save from Ackley, and now Pierce behind the net. Gave it away, and it will be thrown up the wall. Good keep again by the Braves as it's chucked towards the net. Pierce and Davis out there for Bradley. This is going to go into the Aurora bench and out of play for a stoppage with 12:19 to go in the third period. Bradley on top 4-2.
Both teams' offenses are not letting up, especially the further we get into this game. They are just playing so well, feeding off of each other, and when one makes a push, so does the other. We've seen a lot of physicality here tonight, and both teams are really putting their all onto the ice tonight.
Shots are 35-22 Bradley. Quick snapper off the faceoff from Etchison. That's blocked. Now Kohut down low into the corner. Picks it up. Kohut trying to throw it toward the front. Crandall keeps it. Shot from Bishop. That goes off the glass. Kohut sliding in defensively to keep it here for Bradley. Down low. Big hit thrown. Picked up though by Cooney. Moves it back for Crandall. Now back for Cooney on the left side. In the slot, pad saved by Ackley. You can hear that one all the way up here. Now Cooney rides the boards hard as he takes a shove. Bishop picks it up and accidentally misses his man. We're going to have a penalty coming up here, though. And I'm not sure what we got. Let's see. This was behind the play, and I believe it's going to be on Bishop. Let's see. It is on Bishop. You could sense a little bit of frustration from him there as he went to the penalty box.
Absolutely. We have seen a lot of penalties assessed these two games.
And we saw 14 penalties in last night's game, 8 of which were roughing penalties as well. That is a lot for one game. We've seen a couple of roughing calls in today's game as well. A big drive sails over the top and into the hands of Lindgren. Maneuvers it nicely here at the top of the slot. He's got one of the Aurora goals. Lindgren across. Taikaki, his shot stuffed by Andrew Spence. Both the Spence brothers out on this penalty kill. Blocked again by Andrew Spence. Having an incredible shift right now. Back it goes for Taikaki. Below the goal line, Aurora trying to set up here. 1:25 to go on their power play. Good save, Schneider. It's loose, and the referee blew the whistle, and that puck was still loose there for Schneider. And another break there for the Braves.
Yeah, the Braves really got lucky there. That could have been Aurora scoring and trying to tie it up, especially because they still have a minute and 18 seconds on this power play. Right now, Aurora is definitely looking to close this gap.
LeBouf wins it back for Weiss at the left point. He'll slide it across. Now back to Weiss. And over from Costello to Pamillo. Down low, it's up in the air behind the net as Costello reins it in. 1 minute to go on the Aurora power play. Great setup from them. Costello's shot trickles wide of the mark. Lucchese getting the upper hand as he's corralled by a couple of Aurora players. Back to the point. Fudala dishes off to the right wing side. Back to Fudala. His shot deflects into the corner for Aurora as they try and pick it up again. Weiss with it behind the net. Circles around like a shark. Weiss still waiting. Inside, the shot denied by Schneider as it goes up in the air. 25 to go on the Aurora power play. Weiss single-handedly with it here. Still working away as Cooney finally forces it out. Aurora, though, right back into the zone. Here's Weiss with it as they'll finally move it to a teammate. One-timer from Costello deflects off of Crandall and out of play. Good sequence, though, especially from Weiss, who just held on to that puck for probably at least 30 seconds.
Weiss is huge in Aurora's game. He has been such a big player both last night and tonight, and you have to wonder what would have happened if he didn't have to serve that 10-minute penalty because of how important he is for Aurora's offense.
Weiss certainly making his impact known on the ice. One back by the Spartans. They'll fire it in here as Bradley back at full strength. This one floated up ahead, intercepted. Lieberman across in there. Or it looks like it's played with a high stick here, so we'll go back into the the Aurora defensive end faceoff. Should be in the Aurora end here, but I believe they're going to put it in the neutral zone. So 9:22 to go in this third period. Bradley trying to salvage a series split with the Aurora Spartans here after the Spartans won 5-2 in last night's game. Bradley with the puck. They'll send it up for Pierce. Knocked off that puck as Lieberman is somehow onside, and it will now have to go back for Ackley and the rest of this Aurora team. Sorrentino, good work by him. Trying to throw it for Pierce in front of the net. And up the wall as Flood connects with the hit. Now Schmidt gets burned defensively. Hines inside. Big save. Rebound. Schneider, another stop as it's sent down the ice. This will be an icing against the Braves, but Devin Schneider had to be ready there in front of his own net.
Schneider is still looking sharp even as we are a little more than halfway through the third period. He's been a key asset in Bradley maintaining this lead because Aurora's offense is still powerful and is still aggressive.
This is Schneider's first action in net since the Friday game of Iowa State where he was pulled after giving up 4 goals in the first period. So he's had some time off to kind of think about his game and get reset, and he has performed really well here this afternoon. Now Aurora breaking out of their zone. 8:15 for them. They'll need 2 goals in that span to try and get this game tied up. Weiss can't pull the trigger. Now Lucchese knocked off the puck there by Ty Cockey. In front, Weiss, nice move, and it's loose in front. They score! It just was sitting there behind Schneider, and Aurora not going away. It's 4-3.
This Aurora offense is so impressive. They never give up, and they are still fighting to the end with 8 minutes left in the period.
11-15-7.
So that goal is going to go to Zach Taikaki, who scored in last night's win for the Spartans. And that's just a tough break for Devin Schneider. Really nothing he could do there. Tried to rely on his defense to bail him out, and Taikaki was right there to scoop up the rebound. So that makes it 4-3. And here we go. Things have gotten a whole lot more interesting over the course of the next 7.5 minutes or so of this hockey game. Davis on it here for Bradley. Still fire it into the glove of Ackley, and he will hold on. And you just feel like this next stretch of the game is going to get real fun.
Oh, absolutely. These two teams are playing hard tonight. It's been a back and forth pretty consistently, and And tonight we are just seeing a lot of passion from both sides.
Going to be a fun finish for sure. Davis back to Shaq, who has a deflect off the boards. And Davis again here for the Braves as he's worked by a couple of Spartans down in the corner. Pierce working at it there, trying to go back for Kohut as he has it go off his stick. And Kohut throwing the body. Here's a 2-on-1. Fudala waiting for it, shoots, pet, save, rebound, Schneider. Got it again. A great save from Devin Schneider, and Aurora nearly tying the game.
That was essential by Schneider right there, because Aurora's offense does not quit. They are pushing harder than ever right now to tie this up, and Schneider may have just saved Bradley's game with that nice save.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a timeout from either one of these teams here over the next couple minutes. We'll see, because this pace has picked up dramatically. Davis trying to get it out. Good keep by Aurora. That was Arroyo, but this is going to hit the ceilings. Big surprise there, as we'll get another stoppage. 7:07 to go in the third. This is going to be a fun finish here at the Owens Center.
Absolutely. Pace of play has really picked up with both teams. Aurora trying to tie it up, and Bradley just trying to maintain their lead.
Off the draw, Bradley wins it in the defensive end. Melbon moving it forward. Shaq has to scramble back. Could be a 2-on-2. Lieberman connects. Perfect pass. The shot, the save from Schneider. Now Davis trying to move it up the wall, and does, as he gets it free near the Peoria Mustangs logo at center ice. They get thrown by Tommy Shaq as he ramps up the physicality here. Now Shaq nearly laid out there, but stayed on his feet. I think Shaq almost went into the wrong bench there, trying to come off for the change, but we'll keep playing on. Now Arroyo. Aurora starting the charge here right in front of the Bradley bench. Bishop trying to get that loose puck, and does. Seth Bishop now 6:10 to go in the third. Bumped up the wall and connects with the stick of Alex Lieberman. Lieberman drops it off. Trying to get it there is Lindgren, and he'll find it on the backhand. Lindgren still with that puck. Muscled by Bishop. Forced down low. Scooped there by Kohut. Trying to go for the stick of Etchison, but cannot find him. Now Cooney. He'll go up the boards here for Bishop. Delayed offside, so Aurora's got to tag up here. That gives Bradley a chance to change some very tired players out on the ice. No ice as Aurora goes back to grab it. Up the wall it comes. Lieberman with it. He'll send it over. Pierce on the forecheck for the Braves. Bryant sends it in. Delayed offsides for Bradley. Spartans running out of time. 5:13 to go in the third, but we've seen some great pushback from this team before, and they've got a little bit, but not a ton of time to work with here at the Owens Center. Crandall trying to go for Bryant up the boards. Pierce chops it out near the near side boards. Off a Bradley stick. Spence trying to pick it up. Lunges at it, and now Andrew Spence will find it and move it over. Big hit thrown in front of the Aurora bench. Spartans have it in the defensive end again. A big pass up ahead. Here's Weiss, immediately met by the Bradley Braves. Now Ty Cockey into his defensive end. Off his stick. Lucchese looking for Tuttle, who's got to chase after that loose puck. This will go into the bench of Aurora and get a stoppage with 4:24 to go in the third, and a 4-3 lead for the home Bradley Braves here at the Owens Center.
Lucchese came in that line change, and he immediately stopped Aurora's attempt at scoring. That was a huge play by Lucchese.
Yeah, Lucchese has had a really good sequence of games over the last handful or so. Had a goal last night as well in the loss for Bradley. Flood and Tuttle out there for the Braves. Now they've got to get back here as Aurora comes the other way. Ty Cockey trying to get around Kohut, and does. Ty Cockey into the corner as Aurora forces it up the wall to the point. McGee sends it across. Trying to pull the trigger there, is LaBouffe, and he wanted a hooking call, not going to get it. Kohut now in the defensive zone for Bradley. He'll send this off the boards. Big hit thrown from Shaq. Now Lucchese and Kohut there for the Braves. And moved up there by the stick of Lieberman, Max Lieberman, number 7 for Aurora. Now up ahead for Shaq. We'll flip it in to the defensive zone of the Spartans. Bryant gathers it in right as his own blue line as he's met by Costello shadowing him. And this will be an icing against Bradley. It was close, but it will be an icing with 3:11 to go here in the third period. And we'll keep an eye on Joe Ackley over the next handful of seconds and minutes as potentially they'll want to get him off for the extra attacker.
Joe Ackley's had a stellar performance tonight, and even though Bradley is up 4-3 right now, he has had some stellar saves that have kept Aurora in the game. Right now, with so little time left, Aurora is looking to spark some big offensive moves right now.
Face off at center ice here, won by the Braves as Bryant plays it for Pierce, given away. Pomillo into the zone. Bryant on it for Bradley, thwarting that attack as he skies it up into the air and down the ice. Perfect clear by Sam Bryant to avoid the icing there. Aurora trying to move up as it's picked off by Bradley. Crandall. Nowhere pass as Aurora picks it up. Bradley might have just gotten away with too many men on the ice there as here they come. Davis into the zone, drops it back for Etchison, who can't get the stick toward the puck rather toward the net. Now Crandall banks it off the glass, gets the clear. Davis will come off the ice, as will Pierce. Now Fudala trying to move it at center, finds his man on the tape. Here they come into the zone. Quick pass over, broken up by Kohut, and another try, and that was a tough looking shot. Schneider able to find it.
Great stop there by Schneider. There's a lot of chaos going on by the net, and Schneider was able to just keep an eye on the puck and stop it before Aurora could get one in and tie it up.
So face off into the Aurora zone, or offensive zone, as it's quickly sent wide by the Spartans. That was Tyler Hines, number 19, that sent it wide. Braves trying to move it up. Etchison met there. Banked off the glass, and Etchison can't play it. Here's Hines into the zone, and Bradley plays it there. Bryant sails it down the length of the ice again. This time it will be icing against Bradley. And it was a good attempt from Bryant, but has to go back into his defensive end. 1:43 to go in the third. Again, we'll keep an eye on the Aurora goaltender, Joe Ackley, to decide, or see if he decides to go here. But big chance for Aurora, Megan, in the offensive zone.
Absolutely. Right now, Aurora is looking to score right now and tie it up as soon as they can.
Off the draw, Aurora will take it around the boards and behind the net. In front, it's loose. Schneider had it ready, the stick down and ready though. Lindgren back to the point, finds his man, shot blocked by Etchison as he tries to get back. Here is Cam Etchison now as he'll ring it around the boards. Cooney out there and Spence as well. 1:18 to go in the third period of a 4-3 game. Bradley trying to hold on and salvage a split with the Aurora Spartans. Pushed out of the zone, here comes Aurora up ahead. Weiss into the zone, in front. Schneider's going to steer it to the corner for Ryan Spence. He goes down hard. That's a penalty with 1 minute left. And that is I believe this will be a penalty against Aurora as Spence went down hard. That's a dangerous looking play for Aurora. So Ackley comes to the bench for the extra attacker, but if this is a penalty, then it would make it a 5-on-5. Let's see.
If he stops, you're supposed to stop. 2 minutes for roughing.
So that is a very costly penalty by Sam Weiss that might have just ended Aurora's comeback hopes. They have to now be on the penalty kill here. So very difficult situation for them to be in trying to come back in this game.
Trying to come back in this game with 58 seconds left and losing Weiss, who has been such a star for this Aurora team, is really killing their comeback chance right now.
So we're going to get a timeout here by Aurora, and that will give some time for both of these teams to rest a little bit, catch their breath, and we'll see what we get. But not an easy spot for Aurora here, and now you just have to figure out a way to maybe even get your goaltender off the ice. But even then, it'd still be a 5-on-5 with no goalie.
Right now Aurora is at a really huge disadvantage.
Yeah, well, go ahead, sorry.
No, Aurora was looking good with their offense, but once again, they've lost Sam Weiss, who has been really doing well for them these past 2 games, has been leading their offense, and now he's taken a penalty, and Aurora is going to be stuck really having an uphill battle on this comeback.
Yeah, it certainly is going to be an uphill battle for them. Bradley at home. They've only lost 2 home games. Last night in the home opener against Indiana, they responded with a win against Indiana in Game 2, and they're 58 seconds away from doing so again here in the 3rd. So we'll see if they can do that here.
This D2 team for Bradley has been very sharp tonight, offensively and defensively.
So here we go. Aurora with it in the defensive end. Bishop trying to get it toward the net. Davis in there as well. With 48 seconds for Bradley to maintain this lead. Here's a shorthanded chance the other way for Aurora. Lindgren. Ackley's to the bench, so we've got a 5-on-5 here with him going to the bench. Of course, Aurora on the penalty kill, so now to even strength, so to speak, but with no goalie. Here's Hines dancing his way through center, staying with it as he stays on side. Hines shoots, and Schneider able to make the stop. 20 seconds to go. Lieberman pushes it down low. Lucchese, he'll eat it in the corner. Smart move by Lucchese as it's picked up by Davis and cleared down towards the empty net. This will be an icing against the Bradley Braves with 5.5 to go on the clock. And still plenty of time to get a shot off here.
6.9.
I was going to say they let that clock run off a little bit. So we're going to have a timeout here for Bradley with 6.9 seconds to go on the clock. So yeah, if you're Aurora, you have time to win the face-off and get something set up here, Megan.
Absolutely. Aurora right now is looking to make one of those quick plays again. It really is their specialty. If they can win this face-off, they'll be in very good shape to tie it up and hopefully for them bring it into an overtime. Bradley right now is looking to keep up their strong defense, and Schneider has been a real brick wall, and he has been making saves and trying his hardest not to get stuff past him, and he's been doing very well in that.
Yeah, rock solid. I think that's the best way to describe Devin Schneider's performance here this afternoon at the Owens Center. And we'll see if Aurora can get anything going here, as they're still in the huddle here. Bradley is on the ice ready to go. They just want to get this thing over with.
Bradley is ready to take this win, but Aurora is not going to let them take it that easily.
6.9 seconds left for Aurora to try and tie this game. It will be Justin LeBouf to take the face-off for the Spartans. LeBouf wins it back. Here's a shot, and that's loose in front of the slot, digging away. Time ticking down. Where is it? And that will do it. Bradley survives. They get the win 4-3 on home ice over the Aurora Spartans, and they survive a late push from Aurora, but they get it done on home ice here, 4-3.
It was hard to see the puck there with so many players in a pile, and they were able to do a good job, Bradley, keeping that puck out of the goal.
Third star for tonight's game is Devin
So
Schneider.
Third star of the game is going to go to Devin Schneider.
Zach Pierce.
Second star of the game, Zach Pierce, and I believe Tommy Davis will be the first star of the game. Pierce and Davis both with a goal and an assist in tonight's win, but my goodness, that has to be a relief for Bradley, snapping their longest losing streak of the season. It was close, but they managed to find a way to pull it out here tonight, so great job by those two. We're going to go down to Courtney White here in a minute, who is going to be standing by with with Tommy Davis, number 27 for the Bradley Braves, who again scored a goal. And Davis got the big one for the Braves. That was the game winner also from Tommy Davis. So we'll wait for Courtney to get Davis as they'll get ready to do the salute here as they always do, win or lose. Nice to see the sportsmanship from Bradley at center ice.
Absolutely. This game was played very well by both teams. Neither team let their guard down. Both teams played really well, never gave up.
Stick tap salute as Bradley will split with the Aurora Spartans this weekend, as we'll see if we can grab Tommy Davis, who is going to head on over to Courtney White. All right, Courtney is standing by with the first star of the game, Tommy Davis.
How does it feel to get another win after last night's loss?
Oh, it feels great to bounce back. You love to get revenge on these types of teams, so it was a good feeling.
What was the message to the team last night after the loss?
Get back here, work 10 times harder than we did today, more shots on, the same stuff.
And can you walk me through that goal you scored?
Basically, Pierce hard work down low, faking the goalie one way, and I was backdoor the other, and finished her off.
Perfect, thank you, great game.
You.
Now back up to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Courtney. A lot of excitement in that Bradley locker room today, I'm sure. And Meagan, again, it just speaks to the resiliency of this Bradley team to fight back after a heartbreaker last night. That's what good teams do. They find a way to win in tough situations.
Yeah, last night's loss was really tough. It was hard to watch, especially that D2 team, and that has been very solid all year. And instead of letting it get them down, they came back tonight. They held their ground despite Aurora's constant pushing of their offense, and they managed to take another win.
Final score here this afternoon, I guess technically tonight, as it's after 6 o'clock Central. 4-3, Bradley wins it over Aurora as they managed to get the series split with the Spartans. We'll have the D3 game coming up next. Right after this, as they're just about to start warm-ups, D3 against the Marion Sabres. You can find that right here on the Bradley Hockey Network as well. Again, thank you to our entire crew for all their help, and for you, the fans, for tuning in tonight. Final score, Bradley 4, Aurora 3 for our entire crew. Scott Chernobrov on the camera, Courtney White down there at ice side, and of course you, Meagan Ruger-Smith. I'm Matt Harrington saying so long from the Owens Center. Bradley D3 coming up next against Marion in about 15 to 30 minutes.